Thank you and welcome to the show this morning. The topic this morning is the Narco states of West Africa, and we have with us as our guest this morning Dr. LMadu1, who will give us some information relative to the Narco states. And of course, Dr. LMadu1, let me welcome you to the show this morning and to remind ourselves as well as our audience that quite recently you were with us dealing with the Narco states in West Africa, and you gave us a lot of revealing information in reference to what is going on with narcotics on the coast of West Africa, and we decided that we'd like to have you back and to have you to further explain some of the recent developments in reference to this particular section of Africa and the impact that narcotics is having upon the area. And of course, let us do that by having you give us sort of a review over some of the things that we've already talked about when you were here earlier.
Yeah, in our conversation, last week, we, talked about the problems in Guinea-Bissau and Guinea-Conakry, and a few other African countries on the West Coast, as regards the drug problem. And as I articulated earlier, the designation of Guinea-Bissau as a narco state was given by the United Nations, after it found that the government in that country, was deeply involved itself in providing access and facilities, for the drug cartels from South America primarily, as a transshipment point to Europe. The involvement of the Guinean government wasn't that much known until, early this year, after the death of President Conte, when the army took over and his son and other government officials came out and confessed that indeed the government of President Conte had been involved directly in the transshipment of cocaine, to Europe. And since then, more light has been thrown on the activities, of these governments. And as I said earlier, after the assassination, the double assassination in Bissau, involving President Vieira and General Tagman Awe, people started asking more questions about what is happening insofar as, the drug problem is concerned on the west coast of Africa. Some uninformed, people think that these drugs are grown,
Good. Okay.
grown in Africa and manufactured in Africa, which of course anybody would think so, given the amount of drugs, but it's not true. These countries on the west coast of Africa primarily serve as a transshipment point to European countries. And one would ask why, why these countries on the west coast of Africa, all of a sudden, why are they not shipping them through Jamaica? Why are they not shipping them through Colombia? Why are they not shipping them, through some of the Central American...
The old normal trade
Exactly,
routes.
the old normal routes everybody knows about. Why, Cayman Islands and all that. Why, or the coast of Florida. Yeah, why all of a sudden, the west coast of Africa. Yeah, there are some reasons. A, because of the increased, policing, of some of the Central and South American countries, by the DEA, who are familiar now with all those routes. That's number one reason. A second reason is that these drugs are going to Europe, not to the United States.
Okay.
The United Nations, report early last year states that European countries now consume more cocaine than the United States.
Just the European countries.
Exactly. The European countries now consume more cocaine than the United States. So in order to get that cocaine to Europe quicker, they had to ship those you know, the drugs through Brazil or some Latin American countries across the Atlantic Ocean direct to Bissau and the west coast of Africa. See? That's the second reason. The third reason is the institutional weakness of these countries.
And of course, Dr. LMadu, let us stop for this first commercial break, dealing with the institutional weaknesses of these countries, and we'll come back and we'll allow you to pick that up. And of course, we'll be back with our audience following this very, very short commercial break. The topic is the